Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to LSR Division 2, Season 1. Tonight it will be round 8 around the beautiful Mexico circuit. As I am, as always, joined by Mr. Ryan McLean in the commentary box. How are you doing this evening?
I'm all good, mate. How's yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. As you know, I've just chowed down my dinner quite quickly, so a bit bloated
Lovely.
currently, but we're all
Lovely.
good. We're all good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a good little race. Speaking to a couple of the drivers in the VC before, there's a lot of different strategies going on. There's a lot of people going running different wings, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see what goes down.
Yeah, sprint race always adds that extra bit of spice
Yeah,
into the mix.
yeah,
Will Sylvester
absolutely.
be able to make the way through the pack? Just have to
Ooh,
wait and see. It's
I think so.
a pretty easy track to make overtakes, so
Yeah, yeah. There is a lot of room, even into like at the sort of the start of sector 2 when you get to that hairpin bit before the S's. There's you can get through quite nicely there and everything like that. Good evening, Ammo. How are we doing? It's Grizzly
how do you
Bean.
mean?
There we go.
Hello,
Mr. Ollie
hello.
Conlon. Ollie Conlon is a Grizzly Bean, isn't he?
I think so.
I swear it is. I swear it's Oliver Conlon.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it is. How are you, Mr. Grizzly Bean? Also, we got Spendog in the chat as well. How are we doing, Gaffer? Are we working hard or hardly working tonight? I think I know which way it's going to be. But as we do go into it, we will have a quick look at the driver standings, of course, going into the sprint weekend. So Sylvester maintains a massive lead, 39 points now, 3 races to go. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be hectic. But obviously a lot of points on offer tonight. Sparky Man and Ian Beale, them Ferrari boys that never leave each other alone. And
He
P2
can
and
actually
P3.
wrap up the championship today, I believe.
Yeah, he can. If he gets maximum points, he's won it all.
Yeah, 'cause there's
I don't even
no
think he needs maximum points. Obviously, he does need. I think it's. I
he
think
needs Sparky Man not to
not score any
score.
points, isn't it? Yeah,
Same with Mr. Ian Beale.
yeah. And then we've got Dan in P4, Wilhelm a little bit behind them in P5, Mr. Camo in P6, Bakerman P7, Fat Picasso P8. Callum is back from his race ban in P9, and then Mr. Anthony Joy in P10. But the Ferrari boys are having the massive advantage as we are going early.
We're going already.
Yeah, as we got
We're on
lights out and away we go. That is the fastest set I've ever seen.
I was
But
not ready for that.
no, I was not ready for that at all. That's caught me by surprise, almost as bad as Sparky Man got caught by surprise by Chris last week.
Oh, I don't know if we should have brought that. Oh, there's a
Oh, as
massive
says
contact
Wilhelm is
already.
round.
That's gonna be a safety car.
Wilhelm is round. Mr. Camus and Sylvester.
Sylvester, that's not what he needed to start the
But
weekend.
luckily, he doesn't look like he has any sort of wing damage, so he may be okay there.
He's also on
As
the
we'll
soft
just switch it back
tires.
to that. Yeah, soft tyres round. Oh, as there is brake marker boards going, as
Yeah.
Razout is near the back, and there's a lot of cars missing wings here, but we will have a look at the tyre splits. Obviously,
Mediums.
who is this? What's John Boy doing down here? John Boy is currently drifting after he was on the exit road, but Baker Man, 1.2 seconds up the road from. That's Callum. Callum so Callum is C. Amkreutz. He changed his EA name from Callum Bandit Camp.
Another yellow flag. It's Mr. Camus again.
Mr. Camus is having a torrid time as he's picked his car at the wall again.
Bro, he's got no front wing.
Oh, yeah, he's got nothing. I've got nothing left. Sam Ross is also going a bit slow. Wilhelm is missing an M plate. Razout is currently looking alright. Rastamol is just chilling.
Sylvester up to P9 now, though.
Yeah, I think. Oh, English Dave Pitt. English Dave is currently missing an end plate as well. So
Wilhelm's in the pits as well.
yeah, I'm not surprised. But Sylvester is now looking to go on the charge on the back of Fat Picasso, Sparky Man, and Anthony Joy. But Sparky Man is up looking. Oh, he's just got a little bit squeezed there. but he does get past.
Let's make the move.
Yeah, he's up into P5 now. And also, Fat Picasso's looking to make a little bit of a run. But that is... Anthony Joy has fought that back beautifully.
No, it turns to the outside. It's going to be tight. Kizzy with a penalty already.
Oh, that's a beautiful move if he can make that stick.
Oh, it's still going wheel to wheel.
We will keep on board with this battle as I think... yeah, Sparky Man just got him to back out of that. As Trucker does pick up a penalty.
Already on lap 2.
Yeah, it's Mexico though, isn't it?
Yeah. What would your tyre selection be for the sprint?
Medium.
Yeah, I would have.
The degradation around here is absolutely ridiculous.
I don't think the soft perform very
I think
well.
yeah, I think they'll last, but come sort of, in my opinion, lap 10 maybe they will start to just
even before
yeah,
that, I'd say
they'll fall off.
Even lap 7.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Obviously, we do have a new driver here tonight, which is Mr. Grizzly Bean. And he's currently up 13 positions.
What a start from the back, up to the podium.
Do I think Grizzly Bean should be driving in Division 2? Absolutely not, but
no,
it is his debut. I have the pleasure. I've had the pleasure of racing against Mr. Grizzly Bean for a little while in another league, and he has some brilliant pace. And he's also very, very consistent as well. On a regular basis, putting it in the mix at the top of his division. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he can do.
A little bit more early, himself and Sylvester would have had a nice little championship battle, I believe.
If Grizzly Bean was in here?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But then you look, obviously, with even Sparky Man and Ian Beale, both of them are putting up a brilliant fight. Obviously, currently in first place in the constructors, so
I mean, they're both really, really high up in the championship, so
yeah, P2, P3, and I think potentially they might look at going into Division 1 next season, but it depends. As Grizzly Bean takes the fastest lap of the race and is flying onto the back of his teammate Callum, but
yeah, he's gone back.
Will Callum? Oh, he's flashing though.
Grizzly,
Mr. Oliver Conlon needs to be a little bit more conservative on that ERS usage, else he will be in trouble as the rest of the race. As it looks like both him and his teammate went a little bit wide on the exit of turn 3, I believe that is down there, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, yeah.
Yes.
So it's going to be very interesting to see as Grizzly Bean. Oh, Callum has gone very, very wide. As also Trucker goes wide behind. Trucker looking to make amends for his mistakes last week. As he did DNF again. He gets the move done, but Callum is fighting it back. Oh!
From Grizzly Bean.
There is absolutely no team orders here. These boys will fight it to the end. If I'm Grizzly Bean, I'm not making the move here. Oh, he doesn't even have the DRS, but just sit behind, get it done down the straight, and
he also has no battery, so
it's very, very confusing as to how he has no battery, unless he left it on by accident. But what this has allowed is both Trucker and Kizzy to get on. But yeah, Bakerman, 6.5 seconds clear. Bakerman's just kept it nice and tidy. I mean, where did Bakerman start? P10.
Oh, P10.
So the top 3 are up 9, up 6, and up 13.
And even Sparky Man and Sylvester both up 7.
Yeah, which is absolutely crazy.
Actually, no, up 8.
It's absolutely crazy what they are doing there. But just having a look further down, obviously we've got this DRS train down to P5. Sylvester is going to try and close this gap down, but he is 3 seconds behind them, with Sparky Man directly behind him as well. So the two title protagonists are not.
Ahead have penalties though.
I've noticed something. Ian Beale and Dan aren't racing.
They're not.
If you look in the other Ferrari, we've got English Dave. Unless Ian Beale has changed his name to English Dave, I don't have a clue what's going on here. But what I do know is Sylvester has just taken 2.5 seconds off Kizzy.
Oh, yeah. Ian Beale and Dan aren't racing, they both declined the race.
Yeah. As English Dave picks up a penalty, and Callum is now battling with Sylvester and under attack. Sylvester is making a serious charge.
Yeah, he's really charging towards them.
But also, Grizzly Bean won't make it easy. Obviously, we know he doesn't have the most battery. He's not flashing anymore. Oh, he is flashing again, so he is using his battery.
The trucker actually behind is also flashing.
Yeah,
so.
let's have a look. Callum is not flashing currently, but Sylvester pulls out. Will he make a move? No, it doesn't look like it, but Sparky Man's going on the attack. And Sparky Man looks to have...
Ooh. Maybe?
It depends on the straight line speed here.
Oh, Sylvester didn't have the DRS.
Oh no, yeah, Sparky Man looks to have got the move done.
Has made the move.
As Kizzy is also sat behind, Anthony Joy sat there waiting as well. These boys are on it. Fat Picasso is now back into this fight in P9 as well.
I forgot even Fat Picasso. I didn't even see Fat Picasso's name, to be perfectly honest.
I couldn't tell you where he started, but all I know is he is in P9.
P9 and he's on P9 and in P9.
There you go, Mr. Consistent Fat Picasso right there.
Oh, the Alpha Tauri. Definitely got a warning there.
What, Anthony Joy?
Yeah.
He does like pushing the limits, does Anthony Joy, but a lot of pace. Shows a lot of respect to a lot of the drivers as well.
Fat Picasso makes the move.
Yeah, you'd see. Oh, as he does take out the cone.
Another penalty.
Max Verstappen would call for a safety car on that, and George Russell would be having a fit. But can we all say how good it was to see Lando Norris finally win a race? 110 attempts.
Man. I'm so glad he did it.
I'm so happy about it. 110 attempts and he finally gets it. Isn't he the driver who had the most ever podiums without winning a race?
Yeah, he did.
Which is crazy, but it just...
McLaren keep it up?
No, Red Bull will come with upgrades and that'll be a game over again.
That was very, very close.
Oh, Sam Ross overtakes his teammate. By the looks of it, Sam Ross is...
and Fat Picasso made contact.
Yeah, because as you can see also, Anthony Joy's got that 3-second extra penalty, so whether or not he just said to Sam Ross, look, just get on with it, just make your move and hopefully... Also, the split on the tyres, maybe his tyres are starting to go off. Cause
I think this is where they will start to drop off a little bit.
Yeah, like Sylvester isn't really closing this gap on Callum. Obviously, he's just gone inside DRS, but he doesn't have it because he is too far away, but they're struggling.
Grizzly Bean, close that gap.
He will a little bit, and he is the 10th here and there, but it's going to need to be a lot more than that for him to really put any sort of problems on Bakerman out front. 7.7 seconds.
He's gained around 4/10 a lap, so I don't think it's going to be enough. And it's looking like Bakerman actually has more straight line speed, so...
Yeah, I think there is a massive difference in the wings.
The setups can go either way. Oh, I think Bakerman must have actually made a big mistake.
Yeah, he took, what, nearly half a second out of him. But the problem you've got is one of the drivers was on about going 0-0 wing.
That's not going to work.
I know. Maybe it was John Boy's. English Dave has retired from the session. He did retire in the pits. So thank you very much for retiring in the pits. We appreciate that very much so. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Sylvester should get past Callum. Currently, Sparky Man still bang on there. Sparky Man is not going anywhere. And it's...
Yeah.
Oh, but he does go over the line and pick up his first penalty of the race.
Luckily, he has the gap to Fat Picasso. So
And he's just got yet another track limit warning.
that's not ideal.
No, not at all. But Grizzly Bean is now 7.3, so he's taken another half a second out of him.
Another 4 or 5 tenths, so still nowhere near going to be enough. But...
Oh no, he needs like nearly 2 seconds a lap.
Yeah.
And those wings on Bakerman's car are extremely...
Yeah, they're very, very low. Ferrari's actually just come out the pit lane.
It does this, doesn't it?
Yeah, but Ferrari did pull off there, not getting anybody's way. So.
Okay, that's alright then. Yeah, the game does that around here. It fully messes you up. But Sylvester is past Callum, but he can't drop it. I think these soft tyres are the wrong choice. Obviously, Grizzly Bean is now 8.3 behind Bakerman. But he is just sort of cruising. I think he knows he's got P2 wrapped up. And I think he also knows from a flat start in the race, he should be able to get away from him. But
He gets a penalty.
Trucker gets a penalty, and that means Sylvester's going to start next to Grizzly. I mean, Trucker's got 9 seconds of penalties. That boy's going backwards.
Oh, right.
That boy's going backwards very fast. Trucker, please keep it on the track. Obviously, if you can, finish the race.
Man's actually gained around 6/10 that lap.
Whether or not he just kept all that battery to play with, that could be the other thing here.
Yeah. Grizzly Peen to use all of it in 3 laps.
Oh yeah, that's wild
And
to me.
it's still flashing at the moment.
But I mean, in fairness, to make the moves on the start finish straight, if you're starting P16, you need to be getting a wriggle on. So he has compromised himself in getting P1 from that, but he's almost secured himself P2 and out of the way of all the trouble. As that potentially could have been a warning for him there, as he did go a little bit wide. As Callum is defending from Sparky Man, and by the looks of it, Sylvester's dropped them both now, and Sylvester is on the back of Trucker. As I have lost the lid. I've just found said lid. So confused.
He's found the lid.
But yeah, Sylvester. Maybe he's... Now the mediums hit 25% as well, as Trucker moves out the way of Sylvester. Sort of saying, you're not my race, but... I don't know. Unless he thinks as Trucker picks up yet another penalty.
Oh my.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the first time I have ever seen a driver with 12 seconds of penalties, and the sprint race isn't even done yet. The only thing I could compare this to is my fellow colleague in the commentary box on a Thursday. On a Thursday, Mr. Taz, who most recently picked up, was it 12 or 15 penalty points in a league race? Not penalty points, seconds of penalties.
I think it was 15.
Yeah, around Qatar, so he does know how Trucker feels. It did cost him just a fair bit of time and a fair few positions. As what is that line that Trucker's? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No no! How has that managed to be stuck? Maybe this is why he's going so wide, because by the looks of that, he's running maybe medium or no traction.
I mean, from that, you'd have to say so.
Oh, as Callum picks up a 5-second penalty.
Sylvester also.
Yeah, Sylvester does, but Callum picked up a 5-second penalty there for gaining an advantage from a corner car.
Has he just fully cut the fast left-hander?
Yeah, but it said he made a position from it, but the only position he made was on Trucker. And Trucker was off the track.
Oh, it might have been classed as an illegal overtake.
Obviously, Callum, if that is the case, put it in a ticket, and we'll see. Obviously, the stewards will deal with it, as you do know. They'll have a quick look. But Sparky Man looking to just get the move done, going into turn 1. But Callum defends it really well. Really, really well. There's a lot of respect, but it looks like Sparky Man will get the job done as Callum goes wide. So I think Callum might get an illegal overtake.
He left him enough room. So
yeah, definitely enough room. What is... Oh, there's a bit of banging. Bit of banging wheels, but yeah, I think Callum's just... Let's go for the switchback. He's having a little look. Fair play to Callum. On his return from his ban, he is trying to fight these boys.
Hard racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know whether the... Have you got the stream open?
Yeah, I do.
What lap did it say it's on? Because on my screen it says 8.
Mine's on 12.
Okay, perfect. Just so I know that it is right. As Callum is...
Win.
Bakerman does win as Callum goes round, and Grizzly Bean will take P2 on his debut race in the sprint, with Sylvester taking P3. Brilliant recovery, I will say, after being round at turn 1, with Spikerman P4, Trucker P5, but Fat Picasso, it will take P5 in the end. Yeah,
Turn my mic up.
I will get that sorted, Spen. Yeah, I'll get that sorted, don't worry about that. Speak now, brother.
Yo.
Let's go a couple of notches more. Now talk.
All right.
There we go. That should be better. You're on 130, 126% now. Spence, is that better, brother? As we are still waiting for two drivers to finish the race in John Boy and Mr. Camus.
There we go.
I have no idea. That start was
no
crazy.
idea. Absolutely no idea.
That start was crazy.
Yeah, there were so many crashes.
Yeah, yeah.
So many crashes, so many penalties.
As we have got the world's slowest sim racer in the chat, I've also got the world's slowest sim racer in the commentary box with me as well.
Oh, you! Oh, oh my.
We've got the man that hates rain, but lives in Scotland. Yeah, it was a really, really, really good start from you, Mr. Grizzly Bean. Also, you need to change your name from Ammo FIFA, because that's so confusing.
It is, yeah.
But look at the amount of warnings in a sprint race. What is that?
It's bad. It's really bad.
It's really, really bad. As the gentlemen know, no 5-minute break here. We're going straight in. That's why I got confused. Because obviously I was expecting to start a quali so I could do the thing, but because the grid's already done, it's too late. Ooh. Ooh.
There's not a break. There is not a break.
I've got a new snus, and it's ice cherry gum.
Ooh.
It smells incredible, but it's also 46.9 milligrams. So I might be asleep in about 20 minutes. Ammo EAFC. Spence, have you got EAFC? I need to know.
Here we go.
I need to know this. I'll take any man. Pause. No, that's not what I meant. I'll play any man. Anyone that wants a game can have a game. As we are getting 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are underway as Callum and Rastamol have both got to drive through. What is going on, gents?
Oh, lads.
Here we go. So we have got Bakerman and Sylvester. This is crazy as we're going to watch them go. Oh, a bit of contact between Spikerman and Fabcastle, but Fabcastle looking to make moves. As he does go off the track, but he was...
We're all through cleanly.
I don't know about cleanly, but we're all through.
Yeah,
we are all through. Yeah, no one's round currently. As Spikerman does get the move back done on Fabcastle, but Fabcastle looking to defend that inside line going into the hairpin. It's a bit of a weird one as Fabcastle does get the move done, and he's up into P4. As Spencer says, he's a FIFA man, haven't grinded since FIFA 16, used to be ranked. I used to play competitively as well, so I'd love to give you a game sometime, Spencer. We'll see what's what, if you've still got it. Or if you have lost it. But Bakerman has pulled 1.6 seconds on Sylvester.
Looking rapid.
He looks crazy fast. Can somebody check this man's hard drive?
Have a look at the tyre split, shall we?
Yeah, the tyre split's looking alright. We've got a couple of hard runners in there as well, which is really, really interesting. Obviously, Sam Ross and Wilhelm, as there is a bit of contact and there's a yellow flag and there's just a bit of barging. Wilhelm has been knocked back a few positions, but that man has a... Oh, no, sorry, it's Rastamol has a drive-through. Rastamol is serving his drive-through. I wonder... Oh, do you know what I think is going to happen?
What?
Callum will be too busy concentrating on the race. He'll forget to serve his drive-through.
Nah, surely not, because it'll tell him.
I know, but it's Callum. The new mechanics will give you a week and have it figured out. I'll give you that week. It's like one of our friends, he needs a week now because he got locked out of his EA account and he's lost everything. Everything. Actually, you'll know him. Big Phil Skills, that races on a Thursday. He's lost everything, so he's had to make a new EA account from start to finish. He is absolutely livid. But Bakerman 2.2 up the road
He's
now.
flying. He's absolutely flying.
Sylvester's not really pulling too much of a gap on Grizzly Bean. Obviously, as Callum picks up the first 3-second penalty of the race. But what we do know about Grizzly Bean is Grizzly Bean, if he needs to, will drain that battery like he doesn't need it. But in my opinion, if he can drain the battery to get onto the back of Sylvester, just sit behind him, he could be in for a very, very fun evening. As Sparky Man is still trying to push Chris around. Callum does box for his thing, so I think he may have heard me. Which is all well and good. As Trucker picks... Trucker. It's lap 2, man. Yeah. You don't need to retire in the pits on lap 2. There's no need for it.
Laps left
yeah, 34 laps are right, and you know what the lads are like. You know there's potential to be a safety car. So you may as well just stick it out, man.
Well, even the guys who drive-throughs have kept going, so...
Yeah. Absolutely. And he didn't even have any penalties currently. He probably had about 6 warnings but no penalties for random things, but he's all well and good, as we have got a yellow flag.
And it is Anthony Joy.
Anthony Joy made a bit of a mistake, did he?
A little slide, I believe.
Ah, okay. He's taken after Rastamol, who was drifting his way around France a couple of weeks ago.
A little wheel-to-wheel action with Kizzy and Sam Ross.
These two love... Oh, there's a bit of contact from the back end of Kizzy.
A little bit slow on the exit.
Yeah, these two love a battle. I remember around France they had a battle. I don't know if they had a bit of a battle last week. They may well have done. But they are certainly looking to get the move done, as Sam Ross gets it done easily. Razout is also passed.
Very far back.
Oh, wow, okay. Kizzy has defended it, but Raz will look to get the move done, and yeah, manages to stay on the track.
No, Kizzy won't have the DRS again, though.
No, he doesn't, but there is a lot of movement going on this straight, and I don't know who's defending, who's attacking.
I thought that was going to end in a wall.
That is a pretty good move from English Dave there.
Almost actually spun John Boy.
That move from English Dave, although there was a tiny bit of contact on the exit, was a pretty nice move, if I say so myself. As Wilhelm also gets through past Razout. And Kizzy's just sort of moved out the way for Wilhelm and is now under attack from Anthony Joy. As the boys are going side by side, they both cut the corner. But John Boy is come through. Oh, and there's a bit of contact between Anthony Joy and John Boy. This is what we like. The Mexican weather is spicing it up. Obviously, Trucker must have had too much tequila and he's just called it a night because he needs a nap. But the other boys are doing well. As Anthony Joy and John Boy are still fighting this, still side by side. Oh, as Anthony Joy does pull across him, which may be a bit of a naughty, but
yeah,
we will see as we go down into turn 1. John Boy just sort of squeezing him back across, saying, look, this is my racing line, get out of the way.
Come back in for it.
Yeah. Anthony Joy is defending really well. Really well. And obviously we'll be able to defend again with the DRS. All he's doing, as he does tuck back inside, he decides not to go for it again. But the boys are spreading out a little bit. Obviously we do have Wilhelm pushing English Dave around. Wilhelm, crucially, on the hard tyres. 4-lap-old hard tyres is a very,
I don't know if the hards are the right choice around here, to be honest.
Oh, well, clearly not, because he does pick up a 3-second time penalty for it. So does Kizzy as well, as English Dave does just tuck back in. But Sylvester still 2.3, basically 2.4 behind Bakerman. Bakerman's top speed is just ridiculous, though, isn't it? He's pulling tenths a lap with that top speed.
It's going to be tough to catch.
Grizzly Bean, though, is in a really good position, in my opinion. Only being just over 2 seconds behind him, and I know he's gone higher wings. So only being 2 seconds behind him. When this track ramps up on the later laps, Obviously, I don't know if he will go medium hard or medium soft, so I can't remember the best strategy. I think it's medium hard.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea either.
You'd presume it was, but
Yeah.
you give it 3 or 4 more laps, and I think Grizzly Bean is going to be right on the back of these boys in front.
Sparky Man actually passed Fat Picasso there, just on the straight.
Oh, these two. The one thing I like about, especially Chris, Fat Picasso, is he will always show a lot of respect to other drivers. He's one of them where,
Especially in Monza qualifying.
yeah, especially in Monza qualifying, he will definitely be taking it easy on Sparky Man after he did rupture Sparky Man's spleen from ploughing through the back of him so hard. Sparky Man was actually airlifted to hospital, but luckily he was okay and he was able to race today. But his head is still a bit dizzy. Chris, on the other hand, has just been released from jail on attempted murder charge against Sparky Man. He has been granted bail, paid for by Spencer Howard. I don't know if we should say that on stream because that makes it sound really, really bad.
No,
Everyone in the chat, I wish I had the clip for you. I wish I could stick it on the replay. It's something that we'll look to get for you next week. We have the clip, but it's just getting it on the stream.
So perfect. It's so perfect.
It's the greatest piece of content I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, same here.
They're still defending, but Grizzly Bean is now 8/10 back on Sylvester, but he's flashing.
No way.
He's flashing. Grizzly Bean, if you can hear me, stop using your battery. You've got, with the DRS you now have, you do not need to use any battery. He will pull you along and use your downforce to your advantage in Sector 2. You don't need to use any more battery now. Just sit behind him. If I'm Grizzly Bean, I'm not even overtaking Sylvester.
Oh, well, I don't think he's listening to us.
He's definitely not listening to us, but if I'm Grizzly Bean, I'm not overtaking him. I'm just sitting behind him.
Yeah, well, he's already passed him. So.
Yeah. But what do I know, hey?
Yeah.
I'm just the man that gets podiums every week in Div 1. Not every week, actually. That's a lie. Most weeks. I did get brake checked in France. Otherwise, that would have been another podium.
Are you a race winner? By any chance?
Am I a race winner? No, I've come very close on a number of occasions, but I'm not. I've just always ran into someone.
What about that Netherlands race? I wonder who won that one.
I don't know. I think it was that world's slowest sim race. It's the man that wears the skirt, and that man is Mr. Ryan McLean. But I would say, what has he done elsewhere? He did give me the best toe in the world in China. Otherwise, I was just sitting duck.
Exactly.
He did also spin and put Georgios in a wall in Singapore in the wet. So
I don't think I was in that race.
license points say otherwise.
I don't think I actually have any license points.
Yeah, you got license points for putting Georgios in a wall. You got to.
No, but whenever I look at the license point sheet, my name's not on there.
I'm also going to put something out here. We've missed what Grizzly Bean's done. Have you seen the lap Grizzly Bean's just put in? So he's took a second out of Baker Man and gapped Sylvester by 1.7.
Yeah, the mediums have got to be.
The mediums are so much faster. But then you... Oh, so we have got a yellow flag as John Boy's round in the pit lane.
Okay.
How?
What?
That makes no sense to me, but John Boy is... Oh no, John Boy's retired. Lads, this sort of stuff has got to stop. I know McLean will tell everyone that I did it on Saturday, and I did. But that's because I had bad damage and I would have T-boned the driver that did it to me. But just...
Who did give you damage?
Costa. The torpedo.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So we had a Bahrain torpedo as similar to what we saw in LSR Division 1 with NWE, who thankfully is no longer with us. Fortunately. I'm allowed to say that. Spencer would allow that.
What a
Um,
shame.
yeah, so he torpedoed someone in turn one, and it did give me wing damage, which was unfortunate.
Torpedoed someone.
Who did
You
he?
mean everyone?
Are we on about Costa or Nathan? As we
Both.
fair. Grizzly Bean is now the leader of the race.
Yeah, look at those mediums. Those mediums are definitely.
Yeah, but my question here is, will Sparky Man be able to bring an 8-second gap down before the pits?
I mean, Grizzly Bean took a second a lap out of them, so I think so.
It'll be very, very interesting. But weirdly, Callum's making moves. Callum's just got a double overtake done on both Raz and Kizzy.
After having a drive-through, he's making his way back through the pack.
He is
So there
definitely
you
making
go.
his way by the pack, as we have got a yellow in sector 1, and
It's Raza.
Raz is currently facing the wrong way. He was looking for the local fishing lakes, bless him. But he seems to be back on track now and facing the right way. As Grizzly Bean has pulled a second on Bakerman, but did he pull that second fast enough? Oh, as Bakerman does jump in the pits, Sylvester stays out. Crucially.
That's risky from Sylvester. That's risky.
Now he's basically 4 seconds down on Grizzly Bean. Will
Grizzly
Sylvester...
Bean, no, it's still flashing.
Grizzly Bean will still flash until he's come into the pits, and then he'll be flashing again once he leaves the pits. Bakerman, he's got mediums.
Is he toe stopping?
He's got a bit. Why? He literally has to be.
Yeah.
Mediums will not do 25 laps.
No, they definitely won't.
Oh, is there contact again between between Bakerman and Sam Ross? Sam Ross did get the move done, and Bakerman looked to defend it, but there was that little bit of contact. But the boys are spread out pretty well here. Obviously, Kizzy is getting a wing change, and Razout does jump into the box to go on the hards. I think the hards
is the right choice.
will make it just. I think
they'll be incredibly dead, but I think they will.
Yeah, let me have a look, because I think I may have a strategy guide to this. I think I may have one. So I probably don't, but I may do. Let's have a little look here, shall we? I have got a strategy guide. So it's saying mediums will last you 18 to 23 laps. Hards will last 24 plus. And softs 12 or less. No, that's incorrect actually. That's the ideal lap ratio. Softs are 15 to 17 laps, mediums 20 to 23, and hards 23 to 28. So those gentlemen that have just put the medium tyres on have nowhere to go. Yeah, for me the hards are the right choice. But Sparky Man is sort of holding that gap to Sylvester's holding the gap to Sparky Man, but Grizzly Bean is just pulling further and further clear. Now, I don't want to jinx him, but would you say this is sort of like the Lando Norris situation, where this is becoming his to lose?
I'd say so.
Obviously, with the fact that Bakerman has played his cards very, very early and is showing everyone, look, I am two-stopping.
It's gonna be tough. I'm not really sure.
But
I just don't think two-stop's gonna be nearly the right choice.
No, because he's going to have to sort of split it between, if he goes long on these mediums, then he may be able to go soft at the end, but it will be very, very tricky. Very tricky indeed.
Master stays out again. Sure.
As we do have a yellow flag again. And it's Rastamol is currently being lapped by Sylvester. But do you know what? Rastamol, fair play to you. I completely respect the fact that even though you are down the back, you are still carrying it on. I think that's the best thing to say. Is Rasta's just come into the league. He's recently still learning, I believe. So it's great to see that he is still just putting the laps down. He doesn't care about where he finishes. He just enjoys racing. I think that's the main thing for a lot of these drivers. Obviously, you do have a couple who throw toys out the pram when things don't go their way, but different personalities. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As
100%.
Bakerman is now on the back of Fab Picasso. Crucially, Bakerman is 16 seconds off the lead.
So he'll take the lead by about 5 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, minimally. But depending on when these medium runners pit, he
I
could.
reckon they'll come in lap 16 and go 20 on the hards.
Yeah, that's probably the strategy.
Yeah.
But it is going to be very, very interesting to see how much in these next couple of laps he can take out of them. Because if he gets close enough, he really could at the end go for a really fast soft spin. As we do have a yellow flag again, but I think it was just
letting the AlphaTauri pass.
Okay. I'm still watching these times here, and that time to Sparky Man is flying now.
Yeah, I've got that up as well. He's still 16 off the lead though, so...
Yeah, but obviously that lead is with Grizzly Bean. And how on earth is Sylvester keeping these... Crucially, Sparky Man's took 3 seconds out of Sylvester.
Sylvester has to box this lap.
He has to. I respect it. I respect the fact that Sparky Man's only taking probably half a second a lap out of him.
Yeah.
Sylvester baited it.
Why
He baited it.
that?
Why?
That's the wrong choice.
He doesn't need to bait it either because no one could.
No one's near him.
Yeah. Very, very weird. Very weird. But he is still going.
Castle Pits.
Yeah, that perfect. In my opinion, 14 or 15 is the perfect lap.
Yeah.
But also, what can Sam Ross do? Sam Ross and Wilhelm went for the hards early. Are going to be lightning fast on the mediums or softs at the end, depending on which route they go. As Callum does jump in the box. But Bakerman is now 1.2 behind Sparky. Sparky is only still taking about 3-4 tenths a lap out of Sylvester. Sylvester's lost another 2.5 to Grizzly Bean.
Yeah, he's losing like a second and a half a lap now, so...
The way this is going, Grizzly Bean's going to win this race by about 15 seconds.
Yeah, 100%. Will Grizzly Bean maybe go in early?
Sylvester, you have to box this lap. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, okay.
Smart
good.
move. Yeah, look after the S's. Spider-Man took 8 tenths out of him at the S's.
Nice to see what Grizzly Bean will do.
I don't think he really needs to do anything.
No, will he just play it long for soft?
Yeah, because here's the thing, he can really overcut. Because obviously Sparky Man will most likely pit this lap to offset Sylvester. But Sylvester's going mediums for 20 laps, so he's going to be right on the... He's going to be right on the cusp of puncher territory.
There's a yellow flag again.
It's Rastamol.
Okay, he's letting him pass, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Rasta's just letting him past. Which, respect it. He's still just plodding along, not a care in the world. I love it. I love it.
Just a little update. Grizzly Bean is still flashing and using ERS even though he's 13 seconds in the lead.
Do you think he just leaves it on?
He's
Or,
got
or do you think he has ERS assist on?
Oh, he might do, you know.
Because that burns it somewhat stupid.
Yeah, he might have ERS system.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. Because if you're 11 seconds up, you're lifting and coasting a little bit to get some battery back, just in case, aren't you, really?
Yeah, I mean...
It's very, very interesting. As Anthony Joy picks up another 3-second penalty. We'll go through the penalties now. Wilhelm, 6 seconds of penalties. Anthony Joy's got 9, and then Callum Amkreutz and Kizzy has also got 6. And just put it out there, Callum's surname is wicked. Amkreutz is such a sick name.
That is a really sick surname.
Yeah. I think he's Dutch, if I'm not mistaken.
It seems pretty Dutch.
Yeah. But Callum doesn't, though, does it?
No.
As Anthony Joy has just got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well.
This is
But-
a tough pit lane, to be fair.
Is it?
Well, I find it quite difficult.
You find tiny shoelaces difficult, lad.
No, that's not
As Sam Ross is
I told you that
actually...
private.
Oh, I do apologise. I've leaked it to the public now. Wait till they hear about you
know.
wearing nappies to bed.
What? What the? Why? Come on, man.
As Sam Ross is still trying to fight back at Sylvester, even though he's on 16 lap old hearts.
Ooh, Grizzly Bean is in the pits.
Grizzly Bean is in the pits. No penalty, crucially, which is good.
He's going on the hard tyres.
He's offset
He's doing
Sylvester. He's still
18
gonna...
on the medium, 18 on the hard.
Oh, on the hands. As Rastamol has... Oh, Rastamol's DNF'd. No.
Oh, that's so
No,
unfortunate
no.
for Grizzly Bean.
No.
That's so unfortunate.
But, I'm going to word it this way. If you're Grizzly Bean, do you, because he's passed the safety car,
I thought,
if you're Grizzly Bean, do you box again for a new set of mediums?
yes.
Because he's just done 17 laps, so he can do another 17 lap on a set of mediums.
I would, yeah, I'd box again.
Sam Ross and Wilhelm are the biggest gainers here, starting on them hard tyres. Obviously, Sparky Man is still on his. He was already past the pit lane.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he was already past the pit lane, so it's good. This race has just got spicy. Just got spicy. Boys, if you can hear me, medium compound to the end. English Dave, I think, heard me. English Dave has gone mediums till the end. Obviously, with this as well, some of the boys at the back could do a couple of laps on these hard, or do a lap on these hards. Obviously, the ones that are just going past the safety car now, they can do this lap on the hards, go onto the mediums. As Fat Picasso picks up a 3-second time penalty under the safety car, as Bakerman jumps back into the box. Sparky Man jumps back into the box. Oh, Grizzly Bean stays out. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I really don't. He takes the track position.
The other boys are going on to hards as well.
Okay, so yeah, I think that was a good choice from Grizzly Bean.
Sylvester stays out on mediums.
I would have pit again for a new set of mediums if I was Sylvester.
Yeah, 100% so would I. 100% so would I. Spikeman on the hards. Fat Picasso stays out on 4-lap old hards. Mr. Camus is on the hards. Sam Ross and Wilhelm, the 2 hard starters, did box for. If you're Kizzy and Raz, box, boys. You've got nothing to lose here. Callum's got to drive through again. Callum, what are you doing here, mate? How's he got another drive through? Anthony Joy's got 14 seconds of penalties.
Oh my.
Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. But this safety car is going to be going around a couple of times. Because that Ferrari of English Dave is a mile off the back.
Yeah, he is, but he's now brought back into the race, so.
Yeah. Indeed he is. But what can he do? Because, yes, he's on the mediums. But there's a lot. I suppose the 4 boys in front of him have got penalties. So it
I think
is.
most people will probably have penalties by the end of this race, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a few. But looking here, Sylvester will be on Grizzly Bean early. He will look to get past as early as possible. As Kizzy, how?
Why are they getting drive through? How?
I don't know, because unless it's shooting up a.
I mean, to be fair, no, that doesn't make sense though.
Unless the Delta just shot up and then disappeared again.
It might be for that dropping back glitch that's been happening quite a lot recently.
No, because they're not close enough. If you look,
Yeah.
they've just gone through turn 3.
Yeah, it must be the Delta then. By the way, for Sylvester to win the championship, he has to outscore Sparkyman by 12 points this race.
Is that taking into account the sprint scores?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a live update for you. So as it stands, he would be 6 points clear. He gained 6 points on him.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is it 18 and 12?
Yeah, it's 18 and 12 from there.
So he needs for Sparky Man to drop to what, P7 is it?
From there, it would be P7, yes.
Yeah.
But if he wins, it would be P5.
No, be P4.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I know.
As the safety car will be going back round again, so we will stick on board with Grizzly Bean as he is the front runner. Are you looking forward to Mexico on Thursday, Mr. McLean?
No,
Oh, well,
I'm not.
that got shut down quickly. What do you reckon you'll just get plenty of penalties, or?
I'm just slower in there, to be honest.
Okay, that's usual.
It's not very nice.
No, I'm joking. No, I think you'll do okay. I think you have a habit of.
I lose my head very easily.
Yeah, but you also put yourself down a little bit too much. When you have got pace and you have got everything, you just turn around and go, oh yeah, nah, I'm just not very fast.
When I lose DRS is when I really kind of start to...
Yeah, but I think that's the same with everyone though, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just when you're really just with no one, just have a massive gap everywhere, it's kind of dead, and I just kind of give up quite a lot of the time.
Mm. Yeah, as we've seen in the previous years where you have retired, not just from races but from leagues, because your head has just gone a little bit too much, but the consistency coming back, I would say. Obviously,
Yeah, I think I do put myself down a little bit more.
oh,
I probably
100% you do.
should.
100% you do.
But that'll come. No, that'll come, I'm sure.
But as we are looking to get underway here again in Mexico, what can Grizzly Bean do? Where would you go? Is the start point, because the straight is so long.
I would go as late as possible. I would literally go right on the line. But
Yeah, he's gone very, very early.
Which is not ideal, but he does have his battery back.
For how long does he have his battery back?
Next lap.
I wouldn't even give him that long.
No, because
As Baker Man is on the attack as well, with that crazy straight line speed he does have. Baker Man is looking to make moves here.
Can I just give a little shout out to Mr. Camus? Started from the back.
Yes.
And he's absolutely flying.
He's a sneaky bunny, is what he is.
He's up 9 places.
He's got actual Red Bull power in that car. There's no equal performance.
No.
There's a bit of contact between Callum and Fat Picasso there. I think Callum may have just nudged Fat Picasso off, and that has allowed Wilhelm to look to make a move through, as Wilhelm is going to go for it there on Callum. Wilhelm is actually in front of Callum and makes the move around the outside. That is a beautiful move from Wilhelm, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
He flew past him. Obviously, we did have Wilhelm, and Callum has gone very, very wide again.
I think my game crashed.
Is your game crashed?
Have I left the lobby?
I can't see that you've left the lobby.
Well, I'm gonna restart my game quickly because it's frozen.
Yeah, and I will get you in. Let me know when you're back, and I will get you an invite. But Grizzly Bean is crucially half a second up the road from Sylvester. No doubt in my mind that he will be burning all of his battery. Baker Man is is 4/10 down on the boys in front, but does have the much better straight line speed. That Haas is a rocket ship in a straight line. As English Dave does also make a position on Fat Picasso. English Dave was last on the restart and is now up into P8 with no penalties. So it's going to be very interesting to see what that Ferrari can do. As Callum is in the box, probably had a wing change. He's put 8 lap old hards on. Oh no, it was his drive-through. Callum had his
Oh yeah.
drive-through.
Oh yes, he did.
His second drive-through of the race, which is always an ideal way to start and finish your races on a drive-through. But Grizzly Bean is holding Sylvester at 6/10 a lap. Now, if I wasn't live, I'd have a quick look at their telemetry and just see who's got what battery, just to make it interesting. But
Right, I am ready for an invite when you can.
Perfect. Right, Mr. McLean. I've got too many people online currently. Says you're not online.
Right, just give it a second then and refresh now.
There we go. It's 24, so it's definitely you. There you go. As DRS has now been enabled, Sylvester is looking ever closer to the back of Grizzly Bean, but also how long are these mediums going to last before the hard compound is the better tyre?
I'd say maybe around 10 laps.
Yeah, 10 to 12 you'd probably put your money on, wouldn't you?
Around that, yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, so Sylvester's going to have to get some moves done quickly, but Grizzly Bean can't shake him yet. And we don't currently know, until that button is flashing on the back of Grizzly Bean's car, we don't know how much ERS he has used. I'm trying to get the angle, but the game doesn't want to give it to us.
Right, I am back in now. There we
Perfect. As Grizzly Bean is currently not flashing. For the first time tonight, Grizzly Bean has not used all of his battery. But
go.
sure, that will soon change. As Sylvester is very close. Bakerman is close again. But I think Grizzly Bean might get done by Sylvester and Bakerman here, because Bakerman's straight line speed is just that much.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
Like, he's just taking.
Well, maybe not. Bakerman
But
a little bit far behind.
Yeah, he was a little bit back. But look at that. He's just gained a second on Grizzly Bean on the straight.
Yeah, that's mental.
Like that just shouldn't be right. He must be running the silly low wings. But we do have a yellow flag in sector 3, and Callum Amkreutz has DNF'd. How was he DNF'd there?
I am not too sure, but we do have a safety car again.
Now, all I know is this. Sylvester used a set of softs. How many softs do you get?
I believe you get 3 sets, so he
Yeah,
will have
but that's with qualifying.
You still get 3 sets.
Even with the sprint race, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, he's used 2 of them, so he may have one. Because he used them in the sprint and he used them to start the race. I know for a fact I'm stopping for softs here.
Oh yeah, you have to stop for softs. 100% you have to stop for softs.
Because we'll have what? 8 laps of racing, realistically? 8-9 laps?
Yeah. Sylvester pits, Grizzly Bean stays out. Oof. Sparky Man stays out as well.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
That is a mistake.
Yeah, that's definitely a mistake.
English Dave stays out. Look at all of them red tyres flicking on right there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think Grizzly Bean might have cost himself the win here.
I would go as far to agree. The only thing Grizzly Bean can do, I mean, they're gonna catch them, aren't they? Really?
Of course, yeah, 100%.
Grizzly Bean could have done with this safety car being another half a lap in front of him. If he boxes, he will come out last, won't he?
Yeah, I think he will.
Oh, and the thing is it Sparky Man was in such a good spot as well. As Wilhelm picks up yet another penalty. I don't understand how these boys are getting so many penalties when they're... No, let's not look at telemetry. That was the wrong thing.
Well, it's under safety car, so it doesn't really matter, but...
Yeah, true. Everyone's going to have 100% battery any minute, so it's fine. Sam Russell on 3%. Wilhelm's on 9. Fat Picasso's on 3. Anthony Joy 12. Kizzy's on 9. But both Fat Picasso and Wilhelm have picked up a penalty under the safety car.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be doing that.
How? Like you literally have to drive 40% slower than you normally would. And Fat Picasso managed to get no penalties, a couple of warnings, but no penalties. And then when he's told to go slower, he gets a penalty. Baffles me sometimes. But all I am saying is, Grizzly Bean, Spiky Man, English Dave, you best pray, if you boys are holy, that all these cars behind you have some sort of problem. Because if not, you are going to have a lot of problems on your hands. I could honestly see all three of these finishing outside the points.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Unless maybe English Dave defends a little bit.
Yeah. I just don't know.
You can never really tell until we're racing.
There's only so much defending you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the end of the straight, if Sylvester's on the back of him, yeah, he can't do nothing.
This is now where Grizzly Bean has to leave it as late as possible.
Yeah. But because he is just there in time. Don't weave, you're just wearing your tyres out. I don't know why people don't understand that.
Guess they might just play the game for fun, so.
I mean, Grizzly might catch the safety car up here. Grizzly, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Otherwise you... Does there look like a little bit of contact there between English Dave and Sylvester? I hate this camera angle. There we go, we've got the best camera angle on the game now. Are they all single file? They all seem to be single file. Sylvester, single file. Sylvester, you naughty boy, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, you know who's on the attack?
You see.
That man with 900 kilometers an hour, bigger top end than everyone else. Oh my god, as English Dave has went for a swooping move there. But now is under the attack from Sylvester. And he's looking to defend, but he... Oh, yeah, okay. So English Dave did force Bakerman off. Potentially it was Bakerman, but... Now, what can the boys do? Sparky Man is out in the front.
Ooh,
Did he get left enough space on the inside there by Sylvester?
I'd say he did.
It was close. It was very, very, very close. I do know that Sylvester is a driver that does like to get his elbows out. I'm not saying sometimes he gets them out too heavily, but who knows? But also, I'm going to throw something out there. This last safety car, Sparky Man could have just cost himself the opportunity to still be in with a chance at the title.
That's what I mean. Has he just cost himself the championship?
Because you look at English Dave. English Dave has gone from 3rd to battling for 8th, 7th. Oh no, English Dave is round.
That's not ideal.
English Dave was facing the wrong way. Mr. Camus is also last again. What's happened there? Bakerman does Sylvester. Oh, as Grizzly Bean goes for an attack, but does cost himself a lot of time. These hard runners doing a decent enough job here. I think they half the time they're just driving side by side so no one can get past them. This is like the best tag team you've ever seen.
It's working, but Grizzly Bean's flashing.
Shock.
Unsurprisingly.
Yeah, shock. He's guaranteed in life. Death taxes Grizzly Bean flashing after a lap. As Bakerman gets through into second, but can Sylvester get through as well? It doesn't look like Sylvester will. As it looks like Sparky Man will try and defend, but Sylvester getting the elbows out, but Sylvester's in the wall. Sylvester is in the wall. As we do have a virtual safety car.
Could Grizzly Bean and Sparky Man, do they pit?
I mean, you're still going to come out last, but you have got... I would. If I'm Grizzly Bean, I'm pitting.
So am I.
I'm 100% pitting. He's staying out.
You know.
Sparky Man should pit. Sparky Man does pit. Smart move. Smart move. Because that 4-lap difference towards the end of the race could be 0.4, half a second a lap.
Yeah.
So I do respect the move. Obviously, it is under the virtual safety car, so he is actually... No, that was not a good... It's virtual, isn't it?
It is virtual.
He's miles off the back now.
Wait, who was it who pit? Was it Sparky Man?
Sparky Man. Look how far back he is. I thought it was a full safety, that's why I said box. He's now 12 seconds off the back of them.
Both the guys in the championship fight.
Yeah. And you know who else isn't here to pick up any points from it? Dan.
Ian Beale.
And Ian Beale. If you're Sparky Man, you need to... I mean, Sparky Man has took 3 seconds out of English Dave since the restart. He is motoring.
He's got to get a move on there.
And Bakerman goes into the lead.
Yeah, I think this is inevitable, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. This is Bakerman's race to lose. But fortunately for Grizzly Bean, the cars behind him have got 3 seconds, 3 seconds, and 9 seconds. So he's still in a good spot to get a podium. Obviously, English Dave is currently fighting with Mr. Camus, and English Dave's on 13 lap-old mediums. That's some good going from him, to be fair. I don't know if Mr. Camus has got any damage. It doesn't seem like he does. Very, very interesting to see what somebody is going to do. Sam Ross looks like he's got a bit of pace on board as well, but like I said, he does have that 3 second. And Grizzly Bean looks to be dropping out of DRS from Bakerman now. He may just sneak back in depending on how good his downforce is. And his exit the corners. No. Oh, no, he's just outside of it.
It's going to be a difficult end to the race.
Yeah. And guess what?
What?
Grizzly Bean's flashing.
No way!
Yeah. Obviously, you don't gain that much back from a virtual safety car, but being P1 at the virtual safety car, you can drop back as much as you want, really, can't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
You are under full control of all the cars behind you. But I think that one stop under the safety car has definitely cost him the race. And I think he'll know that as well.
He needed to pit for this, or...
Yeah. I tell you what, my tooth is fully digging into my tongue and it's horrible.
Bakerman actually picks up a penalty.
Grizzly Bean's still in this. Grizzly Bean is
Can
still in this.
pull out a
Sam
second.
Ross is slightly gaining on Bakerman. If Grizzly Bean can slingshot himself past Sam Ross and potentially get himself back into the DRS of Bakerman, I don't think it's possible down the straight because Bakerman on the straight is outrageously fast. But I think Grizzly Bean has guaranteed himself a minimum P2 barring a mistake here.
Yeah.
But look at Sam Ross. Sam Ross is gaining a lot of time on Bakerman down the straight. He has to be burning a lot of battery. Grizzly Bean's just sat there. Grizzly Bean is currently still net P1.
And with no battery, there's not much he can do.
No. All he's got to hope is Sam Ross has got the pace to pull him along. If you're Grizzly Bean, do you sit behind Sam Ross now?
Yeah, yeah. 100%.
You have to, but he's only got half a second to play with. So maybe it might be a little last lap hurrah getting past Sam Ross. And just hoping he is close to him. As Sparky Man picks up a 3-second time penalty. That has hindered him. I think that VSC pit has cost Sparky Man some good points here. But if he can pull a gap on English Dave, which he may be able to, and he looks like he is pulling a big gap on English Dave. He got past him and he's pulled a second already. As Kizzy does pick up yet another time penalty. But we'll have a look at Grizzly Bean here, because Grizzly Bean is now just about to fall out of that 3-second window on. Oh, Sam Ross is playing a bit of DRS chicken here by the looks of it. But he's cost Grizzly Bean half a second in that time.
Yeah, I mean, look at the...
Spiker-Man picks up another 3 seconds in the same lap. But he did put... Wow. He's picked up 3 seconds, but he's pulled 2 seconds on. Yeah, Sam Ross playing that very smart. Just to keep himself ahead with that DRS. Oh, there's a bit of contact on the exit there. And he goes a little bit wide. Yes, Callum, how are you? Talk us through that DNF if you can, Callum. Because that confused us both. It'd be very interesting to see what your thoughts were. But yeah, this is definitely Bakerman's to lose now with 2.5 laps to go.
Just cannot get another penalty.
No, not any more penalties. Wow, realistically, he may be able to afford to because he's 4.7 clear. And it doesn't look like either Sam Ross or Grizzly Bean has the pace to really make any moves. Grizzly Bean, fair play to him, has managed to keep them hard alive for this 16 laps.
Yeah, he's not dropped back at all.
So it just shows if he did box, he'd have won. I think he'd have won this quite comfortably.
So do I. Yeah, so do I.
Okay. He locked up going into the corner, shot on the throttle, and then it just went. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. It happens. As Grizzly Bean is going to look potentially to make a move here. Yeah, look at Bakerman. He's now 5.4 ahead. As Grizzly Bean is going to make another move on Sam Ross going into turn 1. I will say all credit.
Bakerman actually just went off track there, and he would have picked up a warning for it.
All credit to Grizzly Bean here. Fighting against these soft compound tyres on the 17-lap-old hards. As Wilhelm is also flashing. Oh, is that a bit of a late move? Yes, AirTC, air traffic control by the looks of that. How are you doing, brother? We are all good in the commentary box. Thank you very much for joining us. You know who who is your driver of the day going to be? As Razout does pick up only 3-second time penalty.
Oh, driver of the day.
I know who my driver of the day is.
Mine is going to be Grizzly Bean.
It's same from me. Started last in the sprint. Finished what, second in the sprint was it? Won the sprint?
Second, I think Bakerman won it.
Yeah. So started last in the sprint, gained 14 positions. Yeah, Callum agrees, Grizzly man. Yeah, Grizzly has been on form tonight. In my opinion, he is a Div 1 driver. Sam Ross is just looking to confirm that 3rd place. Looking at the penalties, we will leave the penalty board. Yeah, Wilhelm's got 12 seconds penalties. He is safe. Wilhelm here is going to drop 3 places.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a weird one.
Callum, it hasn't been a night to remember for you, really. Does it look like Wilhelm might have picked up a warning there on the entry into the corner? Air traffic controller. Going to play CS2. What's CS? Is that Counter Strike? As Grizzly, as we will go on board with Bakerman, as he will round the final corner, and he will take a flawless victory. I think this is for Bakerman, as he does come across and take the win. As Grizzly Bean and Sam Ross are currently fighting over the line together, and it does help. Wilhelm does take the position on track, but will drop back. Fat Picasso takes P4. As it stands, Wilhelm is currently P5, but will he lose that? He does. Razout does take P5. Wilhelm would drop to P6. Mr. Camus. Oh, Wilhelm drops to P7. Mr. Camus takes P6. Wilhelm P7. Spiderman P8. Kizzy in P9. Anthony Joy P10. And English Dave will round out the finishers in P11.
Solid race.
Very solid race. I think, Callum, my advice to you is just take it a bit steadier. Mexico is a tough track for track limits, to be fair. I would take it a little bit steadier next time. You should be okay. Okay, air traffic control was your drop. That's a cool job. That is a very, very cool job. Air traffic control used to work in air traffic control, hence the name. But let's have a little look here at your final standing. So Bakerman does take the full points here, with Grizzly Bean finishing second. Sam Ross takes third overall in the end. Fat Picasso P4. Sparky Man takes P5. Razout P6. Mr. Camus P7. Sylvester. Not a great race for him. Not a great race for him. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Air Traffic Control. You have a good rest of your evening as well. Wilhelm takes P9. Trucker gets 2 points. So he's doubled tonight what he has for the rest of the season. Kizzy takes P11. English Dave P12. Anthony Joy 13. Callum in P14. Rastamol in P15. And John Boy rounds it out in P16. Not really what you want to see from John Boy. Obviously retired in the pits on both. So not a fantastic drive from him. But I'm sure he will be back next week to round out. What are your thoughts on it, Mr. McLean? Great thoughts, nice. But yeah, so that is.
Sorry, it was muted. I definitely started explaining while I was muted.
Yeah, that's fine. What is your thoughts on what we have seen tonight?
It was a very interesting race. Obviously, the sprint was absolute chaos.
Yeah.
But then it was definitely a lot cleaner in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
A lot of penalties, but you're gonna get that in Mexico, so.
Yeah, 100%.
But Bakerman, he smashed it, and he deserved that win.
Yeah, his straight line speed really showed to play an advantage for him.
Yeah.
And I think that was the main difference in the drivers tonight. But it's going to be interesting to see what Grizzly Bean thinks. Definitely will have a chat with him later on just to see what his thoughts were on not boxing behind the safety car. In my opinion, it's costing him a race there, but he will move on to next week. But I will say that is all from us tonight. We'll be back on Wednesday with some more iRacing, and then Division 1 takes on Mexico on Thursday. That will definitely be one to watch. Yeah, Chris, the penalty in the safety car did not help you at all. That is not something you want to be doing in the slightest. But from me, in the commentary box, I just want to say thank you everyone for watching, and also thank you to Mr. McLean for joining me as usual.
The pleasure is all mine, mate.
And we will be back next week, same time, around Hungary. So it's going to be interesting to see what some of the drivers can do there. Obviously another track which is very, very difficult sometimes for track limits. But until then, take it easy everyone, and good night.